Jim Carrey just said something about Will Smith that nobody in Hollywood thought he would ever share. Will Smith and Jada's fake relationship, humiliation rituals, and allegations about Jaden are coming to light, and Jim is exposing everyone involved. The directors and executives who helped Will and Jada cover up their crimes are finally being named. In this video, we're going to go through all the names Jim Carrey mentioned, all the way to the top. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. With more than 56 awards and 102 nominations, Jim is one of the greatest actors Hollywood has ever seen. But at the same time, no one hates the inner workings of Hollywood more than him. He saw firsthand just how bad the industry was, and he walked away. He realized how Hollywood was controlling people and forcing them to be someone else. In some of his more recent interviews, Jim called Hollywood and everyone involved in it completely meaningless. Say Jim Carrey. Yes. What? I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party. What's up? No. I'm doing just fine. There's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join. And here I am. They're celebrating. I mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless. Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside. Celebrating icons. Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. What do? Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air. You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, be bold to inspire others. Artist Street, you're one of them. On the good foot. Yeah. You shut it down now. Yeah. No, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And, I don't care. But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good. No, I didn't dress up. I didn't get dressed up. Who did? There is no me. There's no you. We're not here. This is a dream. Things happening. Now here's the thing. Another actor who's just as great as Jim Carrey is Will Smith. And unlike Jim, Will dedicated his life to Hollywood. His children, his wife, every aspect of his life is consumed by the entertainment industry. And Jada has been exposing some of their most personal things on camera for years now. Will is the exact opposite of Jim Carrey, and everything Will does is somehow related to the industry. Every time Will humiliates himself in front of the world, the industry rewards him. And Jim says that this is by design. Back in 2022, after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, he received a standing ovation. I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless en masse, and it just really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore. Jim Carrey weighing in on Will Smith's Oscar controversy during a new interview with Gayle King for CBS Mornings. They asked Chris, "Do you want to file charges?" And Chris apparently said, no, he did not. He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. Jim Carrey was on hand promoting his new movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But yeah, he made it clear how he felt about Will Smith's actions on Sunday night. You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words. Right after the slap, which Will Smith seemingly did to protect his wife's honor, Jada came out and trashed Will, saying that she and Will aren't even husband and wife. Despite being married, Jada has constantly cheated on Will and almost always talked about it live. To some, this feels more like a humiliation ritual than anything else. On Oscar night 2022, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock after Chris made a crack about Jada's hair. I could tell it bothered you. You did an eye roll like, right? Yeah. And I did that eye roll, not so much for me, and I think this is really important, but the fact that there could be a jab at alopecia. Will then went on a profane tirade warning Chris not to mention his wife's name. Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing. What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife. Yeah, in a long time. But I'm like, what is going on right now? Name out of your mouth. Right. And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on. What viewers did not see at the time while Oscar clips were being shown was Chris Rock leaning over the stage to talk to Jada. And Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant you. I meant no harm. Now, I'm just out of it because I really worried about. And what's Will doing? He's just sitting there. And Will's still talking. He's like, he's still because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology. How unusual for what? A guy who I mean on that kind of stage to do something so insane. Absolutely. It's totally out of character. Him whatsoever. And to Jada's surprise, she was also blamed. You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do. And this isn't new for Will and Jada. Every year, there's a new horrible piece of information coming out about their relationship. And you can see in Will's eyes that it hurts him. Back in 2023, Jada published what she called a no-holds-barred memoir. And in this book, Jada revealed that she had cheated on Will multiple times. When Will actually confronted her over it on the set of Red Table Talk, Jada actually had the audacity to blame him for the cheating. Will actually started crying in front of everyone after this. As promised, Jada Pinkett Smith brought herself to the Red Table, and surprisingly, her husband Will Smith joined her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes, Jada's entanglement with August Alsina. It's all love. Recently, Alsina revealed to the world that he was involved in a relationship with Jada while she was still married. And even though statements were released denying the affair, Pinkett Smith is now reluctantly confirming that the relationship did indeed exist. It's a situation that I considered private. You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business. During the 12-minute Red Table Talk episode, Jada sat down with Will to explain how she met August 4.5 years ago. But the friendship didn't turn into something more until she and Will were ready to call it quits. You and I were going through a very difficult time. Yeah. And we decided I was done with your head. You kicked me to the curb. I was done with you. Yeah. Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that. Yeah, we broke up. And then what did you do, Jada? Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. Yes, we know entanglement is vague as hell, but thankfully Will pressed her to be more clear. An entanglement. Yes. Yes, a relationship. Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. We also got clarity on the misconception that Will gave August permission to sleep with his wife. The only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself. Yes, exactly. Yeah, but what August was probably trying to communicate. Because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. Yeah. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker. Now, if you're like us, you're probably wondering why August. Well, we'll let Jada explain it. I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good, and it was really a joy to just help heal somebody. Eventually, August broke things off, and they haven't really talked since. And the Smiths claim they are now stronger than ever. We ride together. We die together. Bad marriage for life. If this isn't a humiliation ritual, then I don't know what is. Jada didn't even stop here. A few weeks after making her husband cry in front of the world, she actually shot another video of him crying, this time at her home. You could see that Will was uncomfortable, but at the same time, he wasn't doing anything to stop Jada from recording him. Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the Red Table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship? I would say don't just start filming me without asking me. Oh my goodness, if you could film stare, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness. Don't. No, no. Yeah, 'cause she don't just... Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused one another? My social media presence is my bread and butter. Okay. So you can't just use me for our social media and not, don't just start roll. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling. Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you? The worst part is that it's not just Will and Jada who are involved in this. Jada has taken every opportunity to humiliate her kids too. In another episode of Red Table Talk, this time with her daughter Willow, Jada revealed that she had actually introduced her children to adult content back when they were just kids. Jada caught Willow watching rough, intimate content on her phone back when she was just 11 and did nothing. Instead, she later joked about it on her show while sitting with her mother. Willow was forced to expose her private life for content. Nothing to do with me. So I was like, okay, so she's just scrolling. And when I tell you I saw some of the most hardcore, Mom, it really wasn't. It was hard. It really wasn't. It was hardcore you to be seeing at freaking 11 years old. Tumblr believed that. No, Tumblr is more of the artistic aspect of it, though. Not what I saw. Well, nothing artistic about that. I saw some, I don't remember what you saw, but what I remember graphic know about Tumblr. I was like Willow, and she's like, don't even pay attention to it. We're getting to my page. I was like, I can't believe kids are exposed to this on a daily basis. I was profoundly disturbed. But the thing that I will say, though, is that because I had you and Daddy to actually have real conversations with that stuff, didn't really affect me because I knew I had a connection with people that I could talk to about it and knew what the reality of it was. Let me ask you a question, because back in the day, porn for my generation started in magazines, and then you had to go to a CD store to get a VHS tape. You had to, we didn't have access to it like that. So if you had to really go on adventure to go see some pornography, whereas for your generation, it's on your phone. It's in your pocket, What have you seen in regards to your generation? Do you know boys that are fascinated with porn? Or who have a specific, I have two brothers. Yes, you do. They're not addicted to porn. No, they're not addicted to porn, but I've seen some stuff, right? What? What is going on? That's a TMI moment. All right, she's like, I can't take it. I think I'll probably be in too much shock to even converse about. Will and Jada have been connected to other entertainment executives like Oprah, Diddy, and Ellen DeGeneres. And this circle has always protected each other. However, at the same time, if one of them goes down, the others step away completely and act as if they haven't been friends for years. Back when Diddy was exposed, Will Smith publicly came out against him and claimed that he had never been to any of his parties. But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy. So y'all can stop all them. Y'all can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's people so many things. People say so much stuff, but that one, it was just y'all was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me be mad. Keep in mind that there are hundreds of videos and pictures showing Will partying with Diddy. And if that wasn't enough, Diddy's security guard who handled attendance at these parties also mentioned that Will was a regular. Will can lie all he wants, but he can't escape the truth. You heard about this sex tape that's being shopped around a Diddy and another male. They say the other male is a A-list celebrity. I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, is only one that I could come up with. And oh, there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business? That's a A-lister that's bigger than Diddy. That's black. That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you got to realize he ran with that black, that rat pack. And I don't want to even say their name because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner. What's another guy? Leonardo. Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot, it's some other tapes out there, other people too with him, and him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they're really true. Because if they got some tapes out there, and this with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's going to be crazy. Bro, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what Will was doing at these parties and why he's so desperate to prove that he wasn't involved. Will Smith's best friend, Bilal Smith, recently started exposing Will and said that he actually caught Will being intimate with other men at these parties. And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on. Who did you walk in on? Him and Dwayne Martin. Okay. Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, well, where is this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo. And they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie, and they calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right. I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having in with Will. Let me process that for a second. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up like it was murder. Jada's not far behind either. Whenever there's a camera in front of Jada, she starts talking about how she's been cheating on Will. It's honestly unbelievable at this point. Like, Will and Jada are one of the most iconic couples in entertainment, but the way they talk about their relationship is insane. Will has secretly been gay, while Jada has been cheating on him constantly and talking about how she hates him. Ever had an addiction? Yes, I've had several. Jada Pinkett Smith opens up about her struggles with addiction. I'm hoping that it will give people the freedom also in their lives to find their truth, the 46-year-old. Elder actress got extremely candid on the latest episode of her hit Facebook Watch series Red Table Talk, where she revealed her addiction to my sort of addictions jump. They jump around. When I was younger, I definitely think I had a sex addiction of some kind. Yes. That everything could be fixed by sex. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Or the thing is the behavior that's attached to it, because it's you. If you want to have a lot of sex, that's great, but why are you having all that? That's what you got to look at. You know what I mean? Wasn't the only obstacle she's faced. I became a gym addict. I was just in the gym constantly, and then I remember reaching a rock bottom that time. I was in the house by myself, and I had those 2 bottles of wine and was going for the 3rd bottle. And it was like, now hold up. You in this house by yourself going on to your 3rd, that's gangster bottle of wine. You might have a problem. Jada says she was able to combat the issues herself. I went cold turkey. That's the thing about me. I can go cold turkey. Yeah, I am a binger, and I always have to watch myself and just how I can get just obsessed with things. And, it's not what you're doing, but how you're with it, right? Why you're doing it. One of the kind of downfalls to celebrity is that you kind of fall into a space where you think you have to be a certain thing for other people. And I've just gotten into my life, into a place in my life where I'm ready to dissolve all that. You know what I mean? And be more of what I am truly. And I don't know if people are ready, but I know I am. Bal Smith has also revealed that Will was using younger actors in Hollywood. Yep, he was doing the same thing Diddy is being accused of. Will was going around and being involved with other men. And one of these men was Bryce Gray, star of Empire. who has now started working as an adult in Tirta. Einer. Will announced that he was going to mentor Brysher, but no one expected that this was what he meant by mentoring the youth. It's just great. I'm watching him. He's with my man Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way, first out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right. It's like Uncle Will. You know who was best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared to work with Taraji and Terrence Howard. Put out an interview with Will Smith, grabbing Alfonso Ribeiro, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his. Jada responded to the first global interview that I did with you. That was a global interview. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It went all over. It was in Arabic. I saw that. Yeah. India, everywhere. I talked for 2 hours. Okay? And I said some pretty what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to show that it was true. That's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global, iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that, I extorted you. There was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts, so that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out. Now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar. Kenneth be hurt because he said I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is Will's real name. But he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in law overreaching. You cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada, right? So I already knew that I had him legally. So I said, okay, I got y'all. Now, once that happened, there was another interview, of course, when she came outside and reiterated that she was suing. Right. Then there was another interview with TMZ just after that, where one of the cameramen asked Jada, hey, Jada, have you seen Will with any men before? And her answer was no. So now that's a lie too, because I put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Ribeiro, squeezing his and trying to put his finger in his after that they reached out to me through many people. One being Charles Austin, a.k.a. Charlie Mack, the federal informant. He reached out to me through a friend. From my understanding, allegedly it was Will and Charlie. Jada knew this, but tried to cover up for Will. As a result, she is now being sued for $3 million. Bal said that Jada actually sent men after him to silence him, and he's now exposing her for his protection. I thought that the Will and Jada sagas and entanglements and drama was out of the mainstream. Here we are again. It's back now. A man by the name of Bal Salam alleges that Jada and her entourage basically rolled up on him at a birthday party in 2021. He said he was very close friends with Will for decades, but Jada and about 7 other people confronted him at Will's 53rd birthday party, and he claims that she became very aggressive. She told them that if he didn't stop telling her personal business that he would end up missing or catch a bullet. That's what he's saying. He also claims that Jada was demanding that he sign like a non-disclosure agreement, and he said months later they actually needed his help. He claims that, after Will's infamous Oscar slap, they were trying to use him to help him with crisis management. But according to the lawsuit, it says the plaintiff refused to perform tasks he believed to be illegal, unethical, or morally compromising. And he's basically saying that he didn't want to be involved in any cover-up or deceptive PR campaigns, and now he feels like they're retaliating against him, and he's suing her for $3 million. So the threat was regarding what exactly? Rewind that for me. So the threat was stop telling my personal business, and he's claiming that she said or end up missing or catch a bullet according to him. That's what he's saying. Got it. And he was working with the family. That's what it sounds like, because he says he was very close to Will for years, and at one point they needed him. So but he refused to cooperate with, stuff that he felt was illegal. The industry knew about Will being involved with other men, but stayed silent. Will didn't just lose control of his image. He became the image Hollywood wanted. Vulnerable, exposed, and permanently trapped in the spotlight. And now, as more people from his inner circle start talking, the narrative is shifting. The rumors of Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with who was it with? Did he? I know, right? Hold on. So apparently Will's assistant, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy because the same guy tried to interview on my platform and I said no. But he claims he saw Will Smith with Dwayne Martin. Oh, yeah. I know. I know nothing about this. This is crazy. I mean, well, you should interview Tisha. Tisha Campbell, who was married to Dwayne Martin. That'd be an interesting interview, wouldn't it? It would. You know her? I do. All right, let's make some phone calls. I don't know, but I mean, and then there's, what would be said and what wouldn't be said. But, I heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will. Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh. I heard some rumors about Will and Jada, which I won't mention because I'll get sued, but I heard some rumors. Jim Carrey walked away from Hollywood because he saw what it really was. Will Smith stayed, and everything that followed looks less like a coincidence and more like a pattern. From public humiliation to disturbing revelations to powerful friends quietly distancing themselves when things get ugly, the cracks in this so-called perfect Hollywood image are impossible to ignore.